What caused the checkup for you in front, and then what ultimately put you out?
Yeah, I don't know who caused the checkup. I saw a car slowing down, so I had to get on the brakes. If not, what Graham did to me, I was going to do to Will, and yeah. Sadly, there's only one way to look at it, and it was a big enough hit to break probably a gear or something in the gearbox. When you hit the attenuator with a pretty solid hit, it's usually what happens, and I couldn't get it into any gear, and yeah, that's our day.
Thanks. Auto out of the race here in Nashville, and we saw the contact with Devlin DiFrancesco. Saw your gestures. What were you the most upset with?
It was just a disappointment. I always play fair, for that circumstance. He complained me I closed the door, but look at his, onboard, the behind car, that he was 3 feet away. And secondly, he complained that he got hit. He wasn't. And I just complained me just closed the door. It was just impossible, Everybody go along the inner side of eyesight and, should be fair with that, but he didn't. So it was just a disappointment.
Thank you, Takuma.
In a position to really score some good points, maybe win?
Yeah, man, we had the gear thing pretty early. We had, it's probably done only not even 30 laps and got hit from behind, and whatever it is they have on the gearbox, I've had this a couple of times, and multiple people have. Maybe they should change that. If you get hit from behind, it knocks out your shifting, so you have to manually shift, you have to lift, and you have to blip the throttle. So made it a very interesting day, but I sat back and watched so much mayhem. Wouldn't read about it.
Well, at one point after you had done your last pit stop, you were right behind Scott Dixon, who won the race. So what could have been? But that said, you're still leading the championship with 3 to go.
Yeah. We thought this was a bit of a wild card race. Like, there was going to be a lot of mayhem, and if you survive it somewhat, which we did, we're still in a great place. Still digging deep and see what we can do in the last 3.
All right, thanks, Will. We'll see you in St. Louis in a couple of weeks.
6th today, so let's start with the contact with Grosjean. You made a big move there, but what was your take on the incident there?
Well, I was alongside him fully, if not a little bit ahead. I haven't seen it from the outside, but certainly not trying to. Yeah, I'm already ahead of him at that point. So, welcome to IndyCar. It gets tight, He's been on a worse end of that. I don't know what to tell him. Good thing I was ahead. That's the biggest thing. You're going to want to be ahead of this guy on this type of moment. But yeah, it's tight street course racing. Let me tell you what, I about got taken out 6 times myself. Probably need to have some discussion with some of the younger guys, but they're aggressive. They're very aggressive, and if you're not aggressive back, then you get run over. So that's IndyCar racing. You got to learn that pretty quick. I don't like it, but that's the game that we're in. Ultimately, we had a big fight back with the BBG car and Team Chevy. That's all I can say. This has been a really frustrating year in a lot of ways, and the way it's built. We've won a lot of races. We've had a ton of good luck, all thanks to the team and the effort that they put in. But more than not, we're either winning the race or things are completely going against us one way or another. And so it's built frustration for me because it's hard to see that happen for this crew when they work so hard. And I hate it too. I'm very competitive, and happens a couple times a year where things don't go your way. It's part of the luck, but it's just happened one too many times. And today was another unlucky day with just the way the whole thing played out. And you just can't predict these races. It's part of the game, but it can be frustrating at times.
Absolutely. Thanks, Joseph. 6th today.
Just asking him, with where you were with damage, do you even suspect you'd finish 5th or better?
No, I thought, if we could get our lap back, we seem to still have a fast race car, even with some of the damage, that we could move forward. But, I really have to give it to the guys. They did such a good job in the pits. Both our pit stops, we gained so many spots. I think on that second one, we probably gained 2 or 3 spots that put us up into 8th, and we were able to battle up into the top 5 from there. So, congrats to them. Gamebridge Honda was really fast today, and I'm happy. I'm happy with how we came back, not only from starting at the back, but also being a lap down at some point. It doesn't happen too often, so I'm really happy with how it went.
Some opportunity there to come home 4th.
Yeah, this place is pretty wild. Just a huge thanks to the whole Napa Automation Andretti team. We were lap down early, and they hung in there, and we came back for a pretty good day. So, we had good pace at points in the race. We made a set of Firestone primaries go 35 laps, which is crazy. And yeah, we just kind of managed the day. But, ultimately, after the qualifying issue yesterday and then the issue at the start of the race, I mean, I think that's as good as a win. So huge thank you to the team for hanging in there, and we'll take this one and move forward.
Very positive day for the 2017 team.
Is Alex Palou, who finishes third today, rounds out the podium. Wild stuff out there. How tough was your day today fighting back to a podium?
Yeah, it was a long day, but I mean, it was good. Every day that you're in the podium, it's a good day in IndyCar. So super happy to be back here. It was tough. We got a bit lucky at the beginning with that yellow that put us in P1, but we had pace to do so. Then a bit unlucky on the second one. So give or take, it was a good day for us. Got some points back for the championship. It's important to be up there. We only have 3 races left. So yeah, time to put on a good show for the end.
Chip Ganassi came over and said something to you afterwards. What did he say?
Congrats. Yeah, it was a good day for a team. Dixon, P1, and scoring good points for the team. So solid day. We'll keep fighting.
Absolutely. Third today for Al.
How much more time did you need?
1 lap. We were alongside there across the finish line, but oh man, we were 16th, I think, on that last pit exchange. Just had an awesome restart, and man, the car was fast. It's Dex Imaging race car. This Chevy was unreal. Good on its fuel, good power, and yeah, just fell short at the end. But congrats to Scotty. Always dreamed of racing him to the finish. I know we sort of had that in Texas last year, but that was a proper duel, and yeah, I had a lot of fun, and that's why I come IndyCar racing. This is the best race in the world.
Finishing second to any of these guys here is a pretty good accomplishment. How do you take from today?
I hate coming second, but it is what it is. But I learned a lot today, and we'll focus and get better. And I'm really proud of everyone. You know, proud of myself, proud of my team, proud of everyone. Like, we rebounded, and come here with a car that was fast enough to challenge for a race win and got a pole. So it's a great weekend, great points weekend, and we'll just keep pushing the last 3 races of the year.
City Grand Prix, the streets of Nashville, Tennessee, where Scott Dixon has now become the second winningest driver all by himself in IndyCar history. That's number 53, and he might have taken a major step towards championship number 7. Scott, there are so many places we can go as we chat, but let's just talk about the weekend. I got the sense that you weren't super pleased with how things were going. How improbable is this win?
Well, I think the tough thing all weekend is I knew the PNC bank number 9 was super fast. We proved that in the warm-up. We just didn't have many consecutive laps, but kudos to the team. We had a big crash there. It took half the floor off the car. We had to take 4 turns the front wing out, so we had no grip. And then I think we did about 45 or 50 laps on that last set of tires. So the last stop, we didn't even take tires. So huge credit to Firestone as well. But, oh, man, Nashville's so awesome.
We saw how good the McLaughlin car has been all weekend. How did you hold him off?
Real worried about him just because I knew he'd take chances. He kind of has to with, the standings at the moment. And he was super fast as well. And honestly, he had fresh tires too. So it was a bit of a sitting duck. I think if there was a lap or 2 more, it would have been really tough to do. But congrats to him on a great weekend. And hopefully that was good for us for points.